Hi everyone, and welcome to the Wind Down Yoga. My name is Adrienne and I am here with Amir Madison. He'll be demonstrating the postures for us. All you need today is a yoga mat, some comfortable clothes to move in. If you have a bolster, definitely bring that along. If you don't have a bolster, you can always use a large pillow or a body pillow. So let's begin class in a comfortable seated position. You can cross your legs here, or you can sit down on your knees and heels. Do whatever feels right for your body. So in this seated pose, I want you to take the time to remove the fleshy parts from underneath your seat so that your sits bones are rooted into the earth. Notice if you start to lean forward or lean back, I want you to align your shoulders directly over your hips. Take a slight tuck to the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And I invite you to close your eyes. You can have your palms facing up to receive, or you can have your palms facing down if you need more grounding energy. This class is great to end the day. It's wonderful for after a long day of work. If you need any kind of grounding energy right before bed, this class is perfect. So as you sit in your comfortable seat, I want you to imagine. It could be a place that is dreamed up, it could be a place that you've already been to, but I want you to take yourself to the place that you love most. The place where you feel warm, where you feel welcome, where you feel centered and at peace, where you feel seated in you, and where you feel like your highest self. It might be at home, it might be surrounded by family and friends, it might be surrounded by nature. And if you're not able to be surrounded by nature at this point, just want you to imagine that space. Imagine the wind bristling against your skin, the sun beaming down ever so slightly onto your face, the smell of the fresh air as it enters your nose, that sensation of a slight coolness. Wherever it is, I want you to find your center. Take this time to connect with the breath now. So once you've entered that space, as you inhale, I want you to think of the word so, and as you exhale, say the word hum. As you continue to invite the word so and hum into your space, into your own vibration, you are inviting the sacred sounds of Sanskrit. So it is universal vibrational energy that you are inviting into your space now. All together, as a collective, let's take a nice big inhale whenever you're ready, filling up the belly space, working the inhale up into the chest, and then exhaling through the nose to get completely empty. Let's do one more time like that. Big belly inhale, fill your belly like a balloon, work the inhale up into the chest and expand the rib cage, and exhale, get completely empty. Breath out through the nose. Good. Gently blink the eyes open. And let's start to invite movement into the spine. When you're ready, take a big inhale, reach and extend your arms up and overhead, relaxing the shoulder blades away from the ears, and exhale, release the arms down to your side. One more time like that. Inhale, reach and extend the arms. Allow the fingertips to reach all the way up, lengthening the spine. This time I want you to open up towards the right, placing your left hand onto your right knee. So you can twist open. Amir is going to do the opposite so that he is in alignment with you. So with every inhale, I want you to think of finding length from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the spine, crown of the head rather. And as you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper, turning and gazing over your right shoulder. Last one, inhale and exhale. Very good. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Coming back through center. And as you exhale, do the other side. So right hand meets your left knee this time. Take an inhale to find length through the head, reaching it all the way up to the heavens. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper, gazing over your left shoulder. One more inhale and another exhale. Very good. Inhale, come back up through center. Reach the arms up and overhead before placing them back down to your sides. Let's do a gentle side bend here. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, release the right hand down to the earth. Inhale to take the left arm up towards the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're at. And as you exhale, gaze up and over to the right side of the room. Very good. You can start to walk your fingertips over to the side a little bit more towards the right side of the room. And as you exhale, hinge over a little bit deeper, making sure to root the left hip bone in towards the earth. One more, reach and expand the rib cage, creating space in the lungs. Very good. And then as you come back up through center, we'll reach up and over to the other side. Relaxing the left arm down to the earth. Inhale, take your right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. And as you exhale, hinge over to the left side of the room. Good. Inhale here. Maybe walk your fingertips out a little bit more. Exhale, make sure to root the right hip down to the earth a little bit deeper. Good. Creating space, opening up the right side of the rib cage and the left side. You're opening and expanding, inviting fresh energy into the body. Good. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth. Very good. I want you to make your way into a tabletop position so you can swing your legs over to either side of you. Strong tabletop here. Make sure you look down at your fingers and spread them nice and wide so there's equal space in between your hands, in between your fingers rather. Make sure the shoulders are stacked directly over the wrists. Take a look down at your knees and make sure your knees are stacked directly underneath the hips. The feet should be directly behind the kneecaps, so if you can see your feet, make sure that you cannot so that they are in alignment with the knees. If you tend to dump in the lower back here, I want you to press into the earth with your hands and your shins and lift up through the mid-back. Already here, start to wrap and knit the lower ribs in, activating the core, pulling the navel in and up. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, take your chest and tailbone up towards the sky. Maybe gaze up and look up. And as you exhale, press into the earth as you round the spine, maybe gaze up towards your navel. Good, 2 more times like that. Inhale, cow pose, chest and tailbone lift, still keeping the core active. Exhale, cat, as you round the spine, gazing up towards your navel. Last one, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. close the eyes here, and I want you to start to incorporate any organic movement that feels good for your body. That might mean moving your hips down towards your heels, rotating your hips up and back, bringing your chest forward towards your wrist. Anything that feels ooey gooey and fluid, start to invite that energy into your body. It's been a long day. Maybe you were sitting at your desk for hours at a time, staring at a computer, staying stagnant. So what the goal is for this class is to just flush all of that energy out, invite new energy in to prep you for a wonderful night of rest. Good. When you're ready, inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And imagining that your entire spinal column is an axis. I want you to start to rotate your entire torso around the axis of the spine. So there's a little bit of a slight cat-cow that happens here as you move through the axis of your spine. So going in one direction, linking breath to movements. And then on your next inhale, going in the opposite direction. We are warming our entire spine up today. Awesome. Come back to a neutral spine. Isolating the tailbone from the rest of your spine, I want you to start to rotate your hips in a clockwise direction. Yes. Oh yeah. And then when you're ready, move into the opposite direction. Counterclockwise with the hips. Come back to center. Now isolate the head from the rest of the spine. Move your head in a very gentle clockwise rotation. Slow it down and move in the opposite direction, going in a counterclockwise rotation with the neck. Perfect. From here, bring your big toes together to touch. Sink your hips down and back. We'll move into a wide-kneed child's pose. If you need to move your bolster out of the way, you can do so. And you have the option to make this an active child's pose, or you can make this very passive. So if you're feeling tired after today, just allow the earth, in a sense, to carry you at this moment. However, if you're looking for a little bit of length and you want to make this more active, root the tailbone down towards the heels as you walk the fingertips towards the front edge of your mat, lengthening now both sides of your torso. You have the option, again, to either place your chin onto the mat to lengthen the front of the throat, or you can place your forehead, your third eye center, onto the mat. Again, whatever feels accessible for your body is perfect. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. So you'll notice in this class, we won't be doing too much asana. We're focusing on staying in the pose for as long as we can. And if at any point throughout the duration of the class, you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna stay in this asana, this posture a little bit longer and not follow along with my voice, you are welcome to do so. On your next inhale, I want you to walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat. You can do the real right. Maybe stacking your left hand over your right hand. So again, we're taking a little bit of a side bend here. in a more grounding and restorative way. You may notice that your left hip wants to pop up, so make sure that your hips, both of them, are rooted down equally. Inhale, come back to center. Walk your fingers over. And then as you exhale, take your fingertips over to the left side of your mat now. Maybe stacking your right hand over your left, creating a little bit more space. Maybe that right hip wants to pop up a little bit. Just make sure that you root that hip down. Inhale, come back to center. And then start to rock your forehead now. If your forehead's not already placed onto the mat, go ahead and place it there. And just massage the space in between your eyebrows. Awesome. When you're ready, slowly, very slowly, start to roll up. You can use your fingertips to walk yourself back up, one vertebra at a time. Awesome. We'll move into a toe stretch here. So you have the option to place your hands down in front of you so that you can tuck all 10 toes underneath. Sometimes your baby toe likes to run away, so use your hands to tuck those bad boys underneath. Awesome. And then, as Amir already did, he sat his hips all the way down to meet his heels. So if this feels like a lot, you can take your bolster, and Amir will demonstrate. You can place your bolster behind your sits bones so that there's a little bit of cushion there, a little bit of space, so it doesn't feel as intense in the posture. However, you can do without the pillow, but I want you to focus on the plantar fascia that's right underneath the foot, so you can really feel that deep stretch as you work through this toe stretch here. Amir is going to show the posture without the pillow. So again, whatever feels best in your body, go ahead and do so. Make sure that the big toes and the knees are meeting each other. So you might need to zip them a little bit together to touch. And I want you to focus on your breath here. You have the option to close your eyes. And as you're in this pose, make sure that your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips. If still this feels like it's too much, because we will be here for a few rounds of breath, you have the option to come forward and place your hands onto the earth. Wherever you are at is perfect. Again, just focus on your prana. Every inhale and exhale counts. Just recommit to the breath. Maybe try imagining that you are sending your prana, your life force, that breath, all the way down to your feet. We will take 2 more breaths here together. Take a deep, long inhale. A very smooth, grounding exhale. One more time like that, on your own. Wonderful. Start to blink or flutter the eyes open. Place your hands out in front of you. Slowly uncurl the toes and sit back onto your heels. We will do the counter stretch. If you need to walk yourself forward onto your mat so you have enough space, we will be placing our hands behind us. So now we are stretching the tops of the feet. Place your hands behind you. For support, you can stay here, but if you'd like, you can start to bend the elbows and hinge back a little bit to lift your kneecaps up off of the earth. You have the option to keep your hands here for stability, but if you feel like you can balance here, again, there's a little bit of core work. So by activating your core, you can place your hands onto your thighs and just focus on the balance here. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. On your last exhale, slowly come out. Again, place your hands behind you, lowering the knees, come all the way down, and then come back into a tabletop position. We will pedal out the feet very gently or as hard as you want to. Awesome. Then come back into a tabletop position. And from here, I want you to walk your hands about 5 to 6 inches in front of you. Tuck all 10 toes underneath, and then lift your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead and pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then bending the other. Now bend both knees. Think of your anal sphincter as a flashlight. I want you to flash that light all the way up towards the ceiling. Good, so you're literally tilting your entire pelvic cavity up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you can start to straighten out the legs, rooting the heels as close as you can towards the earth. Very good. So you're in this beautiful upside down V formation. Imagine that your armpits are eyeballs. I want you to think of rotating them so that the eyes of your armpits and your elbows are facing one another. This will help to create space in the shoulders as you elongate the back, tilting the tailbone up towards the sky or the ceiling. So you're creating so many different lines of energy here. Take another breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. One more time like that. Inhale through the nose. This time stick the tongue out. Exhale, let it all go. Awesome. Inhale to a 3-legged dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky. Notice if your right hip wants to poke out again. Root the right hip down towards the earth. Flex through the toes as if you want to kick the wall behind you. So flex them, Amir. That's pointing your toes. There we go. So you're driving the heel all the way back. And then as you exhale, pull the knee in towards your nose. Hold it there and let it hover over the earth before placing the right foot down in between your hands. I'll move this pillow off to the side for you. Already here in this low lunge, I want you to tent up onto your fingertips. Think of squaring your hips off. So you might want to drive your femur bone back and towards your right hip. Awesome. As you pull your left hip towards the front edge of your mat. Keeping the left hand rooted down to the earth, inhale, take your right arm up towards the ceiling, coming into a twist. Very good. Exhale, place the hand back down towards the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, coming into a crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. And then as you exhale again, twist open towards the right side of the room. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, drop the right arm back to meet your back leg. Inhale, take your left arm up towards the ceiling. You can gaze up towards your top hand. Take another inhale. Maybe sink a little bit deeper into the front knee. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards center, coming into a crescent lunge. Exhale, place the hands back down towards the earth. Lower the back knee down, uncurl the toes, and then start to walk your hands back to straighten out the front leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. Flex the front toes towards your face. You have the option to take a slight micro bend to the knee to protect the knee joints. Amir is demonstrating the folded over option for this posture. You have the option to walk your fingertips back and come into a more upright position with your torso. But again, go wherever it feels comfortable. Continue to flex through the front foot. Good. Let's incorporate some dynamic movement here. Inhale, walk your hands forward, recommitting to the bend in the front knee. And as you exhale, start to hinge the hips back as you straighten the front leg, flexing the toes, coming back into your hamstring stretch. 2 more times like that. Inhale, recommit to the bend in the front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. Last one, inhale, bend the front knee. Sink deeply into that front hip. Exhale, straighten the leg, opening up the hamstring. Awesome. Recommit to the bend in the front knee. And then from here, keep your left hand rooted down into the earth. Inhale, take your right arm up towards the ceiling for another twist with the knee down this time. You have the option to stay here, but if you'd like to take it a step deeper and go into a quad stretch, bend the back knee and grab a hold of your back foot. Inhale to find length through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, maybe gaze over the right shoulder a little bit deeper as you sink a little bit deeper into the front knee. Take one more inhale. Last exhale. Slowly release the foot, placing the foot back down to the earth. And then take your right hand up towards the sky before placing it back down. Tuck the back toes under. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, return to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And let's do the other side. Inhale to a 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts, flex through the toes. Be mindful of the left hip, so maybe pull that left hip down. As if you want to kick the back wall or the back rock behind you. Create that long line of energy. And as you exhale, bend the knee, bring the knee in towards the face. Hold it here before placing it down into the earth. So you're framing the front foot with your hands. Tent up onto the fingertips here. Again, we want to square off the hips, so drive the left femur bone into the left hip as you pull the right hip forward. Now root your right palm into the earth. Inhale, take your left arm up towards the sky as you twist open, gazing up towards your left fingertips. Take another inhale. Exhale, release the hand back down. Inhale, sweep both hands up and overhead, coming into your crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Start to bend a little bit deeper in the front knee. Inhale, reach and extend the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, twist and open the arms over to the left side of the room. Start to release the left arm down to your back leg. And as you inhale, take your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can gaze up towards your right hand. Take another inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale, take both arms up towards the ceiling, crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth. Lower the back knee down, uncurl the back toes. And this time start to walk your fingertips back so that you can straighten out the front leg, coming into a hamstring stretch on the left side. You have the option to exhale and hinge forward to make your forehead meet your knee. Or if this is too much on you, you can start to walk your fingertips back a little bit, extending the torso up towards the ceiling, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Take one more inhale and another exhale. Let's incorporate the dynamic movements. Inhale, recommit to the bend in the front knee. Sink a little bit deeper into that front hip. And as you exhale, straighten the leg, flexing through the toes, opening up the hamstring. 2 more times like that. Inhale, bend the knee. Sink deeply into the hip. Exhale, straighten your front leg, flexing through the toes. Last one, inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg, flexing through the toes. Awesome. Inhale, recommit to the bend in the front knee. Root your right palm into the earth again, and as you inhale, take the left arm up towards the ceiling, coming into a twist again. You have the option to stay here, or if you want to take it a step deeper and open up the right quad, go ahead and bend the right knee, grabbing a hold of your right foot. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper, gazing over your left shoulder. Try to sink a little bit deeper into the front knee to open up the back quad. Take one more breath, and then slowly release the grip. Allow the foot to come down very gently. Take your arm up towards the ceiling before placing it back down to the earth. Tuck the back toes under, lift the kneecap up, and as you exhale, lift the hips up and back, returning to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet one more time. Take a full breath. Inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, open up the mouth, stick the tongue out. Good. Bend both knees, place the knees onto the earth. Sit your hips down and back and grab a hold of your bolster. Awesome. So face the long edge of your mat. And then place the short edge of your bolster all the way up against your hips. So you can do either side. Bend the knees and then take your feet and bring them over to the opposite hip. And then place your bolster, the short edge of your bolster, onto your left hip. Inhale, take your arms overhead. Turn your torso towards your bolster. Exhale, hinge down, placing your left ear to meet the bolster. So your arms are framing either side of the pillow. Allow the shoulders to get nice and heavy here. Allow the hips to get heavy. Allow your entire body to just surrender. And as you lay in this posture, I want you to recommit to the full belly breathing. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Again, just filling up the belly as you take your inhales and exhales. Although we don't have lungs in our belly space, the purpose of doing belly breathing is to activate the lower lungs, to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, to allow ourselves to fully recover, to rest, to rejuvenate, to completely wind down, because that is the goal here. Let's do 2 more rounds of breath together. Full inhales through the belly. Deep grounding exhales through the nose. One more time. Inhale, full belly breath. Slow grounding exhale. Use your hands to root your hands down into the earth to just gently lift the torso up, keeping your hips rooted where they are. Start to twist a little bit deeper, this time laying down and letting your right ear meet the bolster. So there's a deeper twist happening in the thoracic spine. Let's do 2 more rounds of breath together. Again, activating the full belly breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. On your last exhale, use your hands to press them back into the earth, slowly allowing yourself to come back up to a seated position. Take your bolster and place it to the other side, the opposite hip, and then swing your legs around to the other side. Again, taking the short edge of your bolster and pressing it all the way up against the opposite hip now. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead. Twist and turn your torso over towards your bolster, and as you exhale, slowly start to hinge down, placing your right ear onto the pillow. Again, allow your shoulders to get completely heavy. Allow your hips to get heavy and fall towards the earth. Noticing again the supports of the earth below you. Let's take 2 rounds of breath here. And on your last exhale, use your hands, press them into the earth to slowly just hinge up with your torso. Keeping your hips exactly where they are, twist a little bit deeper over the bolster, this time placing your left ear onto the earth. And as we twist through our thoracic spine, imagine your body as a towel or a sponge. You're literally wringing out the entire digestive system, clearing your entire body and mind space of toxins, massaging every internal organ in your body. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. On your last exhale, slowly start to walk yourself back up, taking your time. And then take your bolster and place it towards the bottom of your mat, towards your feet. And then grab your bolster and place it underneath your knees. Reach and extend your arms out in front of you. And then using your core, slowly start to roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Allow your feet to flop open like the pages of a book. Allow your hips to get extremely heavy here. Allow your shoulders to walk ever so gently up and underneath you. And allow the chin to come slightly tucked down to lengthen the back of the neck. Again, recommitting to belly breathing, coming back to your prana, your life force, that radiant energy that is always consistently flowing through you. As you breathe in your Shavasana, take in your surroundings. Become fully aware of everything around you. Become fully aware of everything within you. Thank you for allowing us to practice with you today. Thank you for joining us in this space. I bow to you and we bow to each other. Namaste.